Today we're going to talk about cross-border injuries or accidents, Americans traveling to Canada. For the most part, Canada and the United States follow a common law system where people have the right to advance a civil claim or get a civil money claim for personal injuries. That's pretty common throughout the United States and also in Canada. But it's important to keep in mind, anytime a resident of either of those countries travels abroad, you're leaving behind the laws of your country or your state or your province. You're going into a new country, new jurisdiction where your rights and remedies will be governed by that country. And a lot of people don't think about that. But when you stay within Canada or the United States, for the most part, you still have those protections because in my experience, Canada and the United States share that in common, that there are rights to pursue at-fault parties if negligence occurs. We, fortunately, have represented many American residents injured while visiting Canada, particularly Ontario. Now, the good news for Americans is Ontario has a system that recognizes the ability to get redress if you're harmed because of someone else's negligence. So whether that's an American tourist or someone working that visits Ontario and gets in a car crash, if they slip and fall or injured in a store, they will have rights and remedies to advance a claim for negligence. The laws might be different in terms of what remedies you can recover from your home jurisdiction, but for the most part, you will have a right to recover. Very often, Americans actually have an advantage over their Canadian counterparts. And the biggest advantage that we always see is the U.S. healthcare system. So if an American comes to Canada and is injured and seeks to advance a claim, in our experience at least, we find that the Canadian insurance companies are often more interested in earlier resolution with Americans. The only real reason I've been able to identify as to why is because of the healthcare system in the United States. And so what do I mean by that? Americans have access to faster and extremely robust healthcare. They can get imaging done very quickly. They can get seen by specialists very quickly in the United States. If surgery is recommended or required, it can be booked and completed very quickly. Ontario or Canada, while it has the blessing of universal healthcare, I don't want to get political on this, but these are just our own observations. Universal healthcare, which is for the most part free and affordable and accessible for everyone. The downside is it moves extremely slow. Not for every type of illness or injury. For very many, it can move slow because of the whole triaging and access to available healthcare. And it also depends on the area where the person resides, whether they're near a big urban setting with lots of hospitals, or are they in a more remote area of the country. So that's the biggest difference that we see from the point of view of a lawyer trying to advance a case on behalf of an injured victim. It's far easier in terms of telling that story. It's far more efficient in terms of being able to tell the injured party's story when you have the American healthcare system behind them and the ability to find out quickly what your injuries are, what the treatment is, what the prognosis is, etc., instead of having to wait 8 or 10 months or sometimes over a year to get an MRI or imaging. The whole process is slowed down. Is it simply soft tissue that's going to resolve, or is there something more serious going on that will require injections or surgery or ongoing therapy for years to come? We can't tell the story. That's the biggest difference for us, advancing cases on behalf of Canadians versus Americans, is how quickly we can get the information to advance those claims. I hope you found this informative. If you're an American and you were injured while visiting Canada, feel free to reach out to us. We're available on our website or toll-free number. Reach out to us, request a free consultation. We're happy to talk to you. We're happy to explore your rights and remedies and what you can do to advance your claim in Canada.